Hey guys, this is your host Thomas Tyree here from On the Hot Podcast. Today, this is going to be episode 203 for you guys today. And to kick off this week's episode, I'll be discussing which top 10 NBA players that I trust the most heading into the NBA playoffs. So I'll be working my way up from 10 all the way down to number 1. So start off at 10, I have Giannis as the 10th best player that I trust the most for the NBA playoffs this year. I mean, Giannis he just had a great NBA season, had 30 points, averaged 30 points per game, 12 rebounds, shot 60% from the field. Probably going to finish top 10 or top 5 in MVP voting this NBA season. But the Greek Freak is a dominant player. Don't get it twisted. He's one of the best players still in the NBA, two-time MVP. Former Defensive Player of the Year, former Finals MVP, former NBA champion. And the last time that Giannis was fully healthy for the NBA playoffs, you got to think back to a couple years ago, 2023. This is the first time that Giannis is going to be healthy heading into the playoffs. He's going to be a freak of nature out there. He's going to be hard for anybody to contain him defensively, for any team to contain him defensively in the Eastern Conference of the playoffs this year. And with Damian Lillard's health uncertain for the postseason, we know he's dealing with some blood clot issues, and nothing but the best for Damian Lillard as he rests up and tries to get himself back out there to help the Bucks go on a deep playoff run. If that's the case, Giannis is going to put on that Superman cape, put the team on his back, and he's going to go as far as where he could take the Bucks this NBA postseason. I think he's going to have a lot of success. He's the 10th best player that I trust the most heading into the NBA playoffs. Now, at number 9, it's Donovan Mitchell. Now, Donovan Mitchell, this is honestly the best chance in Donovan Mitchell's NBA career to finally make a conference finals. He's never made the Western Conference for his time playing with the Utah Jazz, or he's never made the Eastern Conference for his time with the Cleveland Cavaliers so far. So, I just watched Donovan Mitchell help the Cleveland Cavaliers secure the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, grew a big gap between them and the rest of the Eastern Conference. And he's matured a lot as an NBA player because not only is he doing his thing in Cleveland, but stars are being born as well in Cleveland. All-stars this year, Darius Garland and Evan Mobley playing along him in Cleveland. But in order for Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs to go on a deep playoff run, I feel like Donovan Mitchell is going to have to go on he's going to have to go into his bat and have some clutch performances and some great playoff outings if the Cavs want to go as far as the Eastern Conference or possibly go to the NBA Finals or win another title to bring to the land. But Donovan Mitchell, it's time for him to grow up in the playoffs because he's been a part of some heartbreaking losses in the postseason and some heartbreaking playoff series losses, I should say, in the postseason. Look what happened when he was with the Jazz, him and Rudy Gobert, when they played the Denver Nuggets in the bubble. They lost that series in Game 7 by a margin of 2 to 3 points. And then the following year, they blew it. I guess the Los Angeles Clippers lost that series in 6, and they lost in the second round, never reaching the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference Finals with him and Rudy Gobert out there in Utah. Then meanwhile for Donovan Mitchell in Cleveland, they lost his first year with the Cavs. They got gentlemen swept by the Knicks in the first round, and they just got departed out of the playoffs last year by the Boston Celtics. So the fact that the Cleveland Cavaliers, or the fact that Donovan Mitchell has yet to put it together with some pretty good talented teams, this is his best year this year. I trust him. He's matured a lot as a player, and he's the ninth most player that I trust the most on my NBA list. Now, number 8 is Jimmy Butler. Now, Jimmy Butler, everybody knows playoff Jimmy is a different animal, a different beast in the postseason. And that's why I say boys are created in the regular season and men, legends, icons, and Hall of Famers are created in the postseason because that's where it all matters the most. And Jimmy Butler has showed that in the last few years with the Miami Heat, has had some tremendous playoff outings this decade. I mean, who could ever forget his Game 4 performance in the 2020, or Game 5 performance in the, or actually, Game 5 performance, Game 5 performance against the Los Angeles Lakers in the bubble, where he had 35 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, and outplayed LeBron James in an NBA Finals game. Not that many people can say that in their illustrious NBA careers. And then you look at his Game 4 performance that he had in 2023, where he dropped 56 points against the Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, he's helped the Miami Heat get to 2 NBA Finals. Now is a part of a different team this year, this postseason, with Golden State Warriors playing alongside Steph Curry, Draymond Green, some players that have some championship DNA. and their NBA bloodline. But the fact that Jimmy Butler is still here, I gotta trust him. So he's 8th on my list. At number 7, I have Kawhi Leonard. Now, a healthy Kawhi Leonard is one of the best things, and it makes NBA basketball that more exciting. I mean, this is the best I've probably seen Kawhi Leonard look in the last 3 to 5 years. I mean, he's explosive at both ends of the court. Great offensive player, great defensive player, one of the best two-way players of this generation. Two-time NBA champion. Who could ever forget how clutch Kawhi Leonard was 5-6 years ago when he had that one and only run with the Toronto Raptors, went all the way to the NBA Finals, won a chip the first year that he got traded to the Raptors, which ended up being his only year playing in Toronto in the 6th. But when the Claw is healthy, it's a problem for everybody in the Western Conference, and this is the first time he's been healthy in a long time come the postseason. So Kawhi Leonard, I trust him. He's actually playing great basketball right now as well, so he's 7th on my list. Now, at number 6, I have Nikola Jokic. Now, truthfully, if the circumstances didn't happen with Michael Malone being fired, I would have Nikola Jokic way more higher on my list of trustable players heading into the NBA playoffs. But at the end of the day, you're going to need coaching to go on a deep playoff run, and I'll get to that later on in the episode. But Nikola Jokic, I feel like he's going to be a great player in the playoffs, no matter how, depending on how long he lasts in the playoffs this year. But firing Michael Malone 4 to 5 games before the NBA playoffs was just a mistake, and you're going to need that coaching against the Clippers in the first round when you match up against Ty Lue. That's the reason why I have him at 6, because I don't know how long the Nuggets can last this NBA postseason. At number 5, I have LeBron James, the king. At 22 years in his NBA career, at 40 years of age, is still making the game of basketball look easy. There's no all-time great that's been playing at an all-time level like LeBron James has at years 40. I didn't see Michael Jordan do it. Didn't see Kobe Bryant do it. Your favorite player out there watching and listening, your favorite legend, your favorite icon has not done it as long as LeBron James has done it. He is the king of longevity. And the fact that people still hold LeBron to a high standard this deep into his into his career, heading into the playoffs, year 22, 40 years of age, just shows you the greatness that he will always have when you in his NBA career. We talk about iconic moments. And LeBron James is one of the greatest postseason players in NBA history. Has something to prove this postseason as he's chasing his 5th NBA title. So I trust the king to do some great things in the postseason this year. He's number 5 on my list. Now, at number 4, I have Luka Doncic. Now, Luka Doncic just I wouldn't say single-handedly, but he did carry his weight in Dallas to help the Mavericks get to the NBA Finals last year, him and Kyrie Irving playing together in Dallas. And this was like a Luka Doncic that was injured last year in the postseason. And last year, they defeated some really good teams out in the West. They defeated OKC, the Thunder in the second round. They defeated the Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals to get there. But I feel like Luka Doncic has something to prove in this year's NBA postseason. After one of the biggest trades in NBA history happened when the Dallas Mavericks basically gave up on Luka Doncic and traded him to LA to play under LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. But when you put that purple and gold jersey on, it means something. And I feel like Luka Doncic is going to want to prove something this NBA postseason. Look at the all-time greats that have delivered for the playoffs that have played for the Lakers. Kobe Bryant, Shaq, Kareem, Magic, all in LA. Luka Doncic could be a special legend one day for the Lakers, but I feel like this postseason he's got something to prove. He's number 4 on my list. At number 3, I have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, it's time to shine for SGA because SGA, the thing about OKC is they just put together one hell of a regular season. 68 wins, arguably the greatest regular season in Oklahoma City Thunder regular season history. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just averaged 32 points per game, led the league in scoring, and could win his first NBA MVP this NBA season. So in order to be the all-time great, you got to put it together. He did get his feet wet in the postseason last year, came up short against the Dallas Mavericks in the second round, but now him and these young guys, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, and the other guys, they've all gained experience in the postseason last year. And you're heading into the NBA playoffs with the best record being the best regular season team of the NBA season. So I feel like SGA has something to prove, and I'm putting my trust into him to show that he could be not only a good regular season player, but prove that he could be a good NBA postseason player as well. So he's number 3 on my list. And number 2, I have Jason Tatum. Now, Jason Tatum, last year, him and Jaylen Brown finally got over the hump and won their first NBA title with the Boston Celtics. Now, this year, I feel like Jason Tatum's going to have to ramp it up even more because Jaylen Brown is not 100% healthy heading into the postseason. He's actually has a bone bruise in his right knee and is taking knee injections in order to play in these games for the Boston Celtics. So he is not 100%. And that shows me that Jason Tatum is going to have to carry his weight throughout the duration of the NBA playoffs to be that dominant number 1 scoring option that a lot of people are looking for him to be in the postseason. I mean, he's still got a great supporting cast of Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford, Derek White. They still got a lot of ways to beat you. And I feel like Jason Tatum, the growth, you've seen that last year in the NBA postseason, and he's got the playoff experience. I mean, he's played in 5 Eastern Conference Finals, 2 NBA Finals, just won his first NBA title last year. I feel like Jason Tatum has something to prove this postseason on his quest to going back-to-back this year. I feel like he's number 2 on my list of most trustworthy players this year. And at number 1, this one might be controversial, but it's Steph Curry. I feel like I'm putting all my trust into Steph Curry. He's the number 1 player that I trust heading into the NBA postseason this year. He's 37 years of age, hungry to win his 5th NBA title, still a scoring machine, a great basketball player with a great basketball IQ, the greatest shooter on God's green earth that we've ever seen in basketball history. Steph Curry has a lot of playoff experience. The Warriors, even though they had to take the play-in tournament route this year to play the Memphis Grizzlies, I feel like the Warriors are a dangerous team. Ever since they acquired Jimmy Butler, they've gotten much better. The trio of Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler have proven me wrong. They play tremendous basketball. They're shooting well, drawing fouls, drawing contact to get to the free throw line. They're playing great in transition. The fact that Steph Curry has another player by his side that he could depend on with the rotation players that they have, I feel like Steph Curry, it's his world to have a great NBA postseason. And we'll see how far the Warriors go, but he's the number 1 player that I trust the most this NBA postseason. But those are the top 10 players that I trust the most heading into the NBA postseason this NBA season.